And that's what makes it so crazy because you do some. I mean, like all jokes aside, like sitting back and just seeing what it is that you do now that I'm paying attention a little bit more, and your lifestyle is very extreme. It's extreme.
My name is Shaunna Echohawk. I'm from Metlakatla, Alaska. It's in southeast Alaska. We are the only reservation in all of Alaska. We're very unique. We are in dead middle of the Tongass National Rainforest, so it does rain a lot, and we're just surrounded by just massive trees everywhere. We're our own little town. We have a bay right in front of us, and it's pretty common there. And there's little islands, and it's like a little safe haven for us. Where I live, where we have 1-lane roads. You have to be from here to know how they work, because if you're going one direction, you need to know that if you see a car, which side needs to pull over, and you got to pull over and let them pass. 20 miles an hour in town. No restaurants. No clothing stores. We have one main grocery store, and you better get there on Thursday because that's produce day. And if you miss it, then you're missing out on the good produce. It's absolutely beautiful here. We, especially during the summer, you see whales pass by. You see sea lions. We see killer whales sometimes. You know, the water is just alive. The eagles are so common here. Like, there's just like hundreds. They're just everywhere. Like every time you walk outside, you just hear them. Like, you know, their sound, like they have this particular sound. It's just so common to hear all around the island. You want to go dig some clams. You want to go look for some crab pots. You want to go hunt the octopus. Like, we do it all here. Like, you want to get the whole Alaskan experience. Like, let's go. I am Simsian Impani. I'm a commercial fisherwoman, and I'm a commercial diver. I am from the Simsian tribe. Fishing here is just our way of life. Being indigenous is having a connection to the land.
Oh, you know what I forgot? The life jacket. I forgot the life jacket. The what? Life jacket. We'll be okay. Our chariots.
It's a little fishing village here, basically. Nothing but fishermen. There's commercial divers, and I just grew up in this fishing lifestyle. I come from generations of fishermen. My father was a commercial fisherman and a commercial diver, and he taught my brothers, and then my brothers taught me. So now here I am, a 10-year veteran commercial harvest diver, and I've been fishing my whole life.
Hello. Baby?
This area has a secret that many of you do not know. Phoenix was never meant to be the city we know today. It was hidden, surrounded by mountains, and the climate made it perfect for military infrastructure. The area you know now was once a place for preparation of war. It's important to know how Arizona became a major part of Project Blue Book. In order to do this, we need to go back to 1940.
Being Indigenous is having a connection to the land. It's honoring my ancestors, honoring myself. I come from strong, powerful people, and it's up to me to keep my traditions, my culture alive. It's also having respect for the land and the water, and it's my responsibility to teach my kids and the younger generation those values so they can teach their kids. Being Indigenous is absolutely beautiful, and I'm honored to be a strong Indigenous woman.
Cucumber. That's what we dive for.
So when I first started diving, I was working on my dad's boat, and I was the tender, which means I was in charge of the top of the boat while they were diving. And I would just see them come up, and I was just so fascinated. And I would ask them a ton of questions. What's it like to be underwater? And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And of course, my brothers and my dad, they didn't discourage me. They encouraged me because they know me. It's just like they knew I could do it. So I went to Seattle. I got certified, and I jumped in right in the middle of a season. And I was fortunate enough that I got to dive with my brothers, and my brothers taught me everything they know about diving. And then my dad was on top tending for us. So I really got taught I really got some really good lessons from the family. So I've been diving 10 years now. Sea cucumbers, gooey ducks, and diving's a pretty extreme career. There's many risks. Every time you jump in the water, there's a risk of getting bent. We fight strong Alaskan currents where it's sometimes just impossible to swim. So I've literally crawled back to the boat. And then when you have your big dive bag that's filled with your product, it's almost like a parachute. We run into from 1,000-pound sea lions that sometimes they don't want you in your space, and they'll let you know. They'll be in your face. They'll cut you off. They'll shoulder check you. Dive season starts in the dead of winter time, and there's risks of your gear freezing up. And when that happens, you'll have to do an emergency descent, but you always have to keep cool down there. You always have to think about everything. You can't just panic. There's no room for panic.
Hi, we want to invite you out to Black Mountain BMX. We'll give you our weekly schedule, and you can pick whatever night you want. Monday night, we have beginner lessons that start at 7 and go to 8:30 for $20.
Don't forget we have an unbelievable practice night.
And Wednesday's practice is $10, starting at 7 o'clock. And we race every Friday and Saturday night. Sign-ups start at 7.
And come check out Black Mountain BMX. We'll see you there.
So I was in the middle of my dive season, and I got contacted by the Kellys from Bering Sea Gold on the Discovery Channel, and they were kind of following me on social media. So I went up to Nome, and basically it was crazy because I came off the airport and I just saw the frozen ocean, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's just all ocean. I've never seen frozen ocean before. So already I was like, oh my God, Shaunna, we're get yourself into. But then on the other hand, I was like, you could do this. Anything that you want to do, you get done. So we go to the mining site, and there's a hole. They're tipping out a hole, and I'm just like, okay, you could do this. You're a veteran. You've been diving over 10 years, and your hoses are longer. You could do this. So I suit up. I jumped in, and it's just my main focus is like make sure your breathing is under control. It's a lot darker down there. There's a halo cloud that I wasn't used to, where you don't have visibility like regular diving. I went down there. I was on my comms. I was talking to them. They were walking me through what I had to do. I followed the hose down to the nozzle, and I was like, okay, check my lines, make sure they weren't wrapped on anything. And I was like, let's go, let's get to work. And I just started working. And, that's what, when you're down there diving, my main focus is safety and get your job done. I can't think about, how dark it is. I can't think about, all the scary things, because you can't go down diving scared. You just can't. So I just focused on my job. I went down there and I just surprised everybody. Everybody's like, who is this chick? But they didn't know, like, this is what I do. This is how I was brought up. I was brought up on boats, fishing and diving. So it kind of came pretty natural to me when I went up there for my diving experience. And I killed it. The whole season, every dive, I got better and better at it, and kind of made a name for myself. It was definitely intimidating seeing that ice, and then one thing you have to think of is if something goes wrong, you have one escape route. If your lines are caught, and you're trying to go out that hole, and you can't get out, you don't have any air, you have one escape route. And that's just so different from diving, on the waters down here, because we're not under ice. We can come up slow, you're on top of the water. There, I could reach up and feel just, ice. It was intimidating. It was very, but I just always had to keep calm, and in my head was like, control your breathing, watch your line, it was focus on your work, it was just stay calm, and reassuring myself like you could do this. It was definitely a challenge.
The Yard is Arizona's prime destination to find marble, quartzite, quartz, and granite for all your renovation project needs. We sell direct to the public. All of our stone is pictured and put online with prices at theyardaz.com. Stop by to experience our 5-star customer service. We look forward to seeing you.
This hurricane will be extremely dangerous.
On the outside, Hurricane Hannah getting the job done here.
Hannah is going to be one monster of a storm.
It's all Hurricane Hannah.
The National Weather Service in England has issued a tornado warning.
Whose house? Our house. Hurricane's gonna pick up the wind.
A hurricane warning remains in effect.
Let's go racing.
Welcome to Mad Tatter Customs, located at 10865 North 85th Avenue, Suite 2A, in Peoria, Arizona, 85345.
Thank you. Yeah, we will.
Where I'm from, actually, my tribe here in Cheyenne, and so being Indigenous is, well, we originated from Canada, and then we canoed over here. So now we live on the island of Matlakala, and it's a fishing community. And here are traditions, and our culture is strong. We just have traditional values in our lives. You could always see us. We're always trying to get food off the land, so we have it, especially during the winter time. On my off days, you'll see us like hitting minus tides, and we'll go catch octopus.
Here we are, kayaking to the other smaller islands. let's get a good flow going. You know, just an average day in Alaska minus tide, so we're gonna kayak to the other islands, see if we can score octopus, maybe some abalone. Which one are we going to?
See that sandy part, kind of?
Oh, okay. Hey, no wake, Hannah.
You know, we'll go clam digging, or, you know, and then what we don't put up to, we always, you know, sometimes our first octopus, we'll go give it to some elders so they could eat. We're pretty tight-knit here, you know, being native is, you know, Parrot's strong.
Now we're looking for sticks because you have to be able to poke into the octopus hole. You need something small and thin. I see it moving. Okay. Grab it too. No. Think it's too small?
That's what you say.
Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, it's not bad.
Are you guys gonna keep it?
Do you think it's big enough?
You can.
Yeah.
I mean, ooh. Do you guys clean it at the beach? Or you guys clean it at home?
Home.
Look at the yeah. Can you open that for me? Oh, the things needs to be turned. There we go. Thank you, octopus.
And then this kills them instantly, basically. That's how you do it.
I know. I'm gonna cut off your head. I'm gonna kill it, actually.
And then why are you doing this?
It ensures that, just an elder told us that that's what you do to ensure that there's future generations of octopus. Oh, I know.
Then you put the beak back in underneath the hole.
Yep. I know. But a quick death for you. There you go. Oh, I know. I know. Oh.
Well, it probably will for a while.
Yeah.
It's gross. Oh, that's why when I flip the hood, I don't cut it exactly right.
I know. It's tensing up. Okay. Let's cut you here.
And you are removing the ink sacs and the guts.
I like to do it at the beach just because I like to return everything back.
Can you hold this right here? Even though it's black, it's still filming. Don't.
One of these days I want to find something to do with. I found a recipe you could make noodles with the octopus ink, but they're all black.
For real. We should check these. Right here, these rocks here and over there.
Watching that made me really sad.
Well, I usually do it at home.
And I'm not there.
Yeah. But I mean, this is the most humane way to do it, though, right away, instant death. Instead of us carrying it around our backpack for a couple hours alive.
There we go. Thank you, octopus. Food.
Yeah, just check around here and well, the octopus crawled out the hole. We just didn't get to see it. Pretty cool. And now I'm gonna put them in my bag.
Thanks.
Wait, hold the one up first. Or you guys hold them up?
Yep, no, both you guys hold it.
Yeah. See, here's one. This is what we're harvesting. Abalone. You gotta grab it fast, otherwise it'll suck back to the rock and you can't get it out.
The date was August 8th, 2015. I didn't notice it at first, but there it was, an unidentified flying object in 3 different images. 4 days later, the military circled this area over 13 times. We thought it was an intimidation tactic. The following night, we made a discovery that forced us to ask the question.
Showtime.
It's a lifestyle, man. We just enjoying life, man.
You can't ask for no more, man. Ain't too much to complain about, man.
These are big gumboots.
Besides fishing in the ocean, you can go up by the lake and fish for some trout. It's just super scenic. There's out the road. It's just like you just walk trails. And so, because we're in the forest, like the majority of everybody here harvests, whether we're fishing or we harvest off the land. So we have like certain months we do certain things, like because here cedar and weaving is really big in our culture, and so there's certain months people wait for, and then they can go and like peel cedar off the trees, and then they harvest that, and they have to like it's a process. They let it dry, and then they could weave things out of it, whether it be like regalia, that's like what we traditionally wear when we're dancing our culture, or we can weave baskets, or a big thing is we wear cedar hats. When people like come here, I know how to come here from Oklahoma. It's like, this is just unreal. He's like, I can't believe you guys live in like a paradise, but it's still normal to us, And it's just like amazing. Like you could do the whole Alaskan experience, and it's everyday life for us. Everybody's walking around in like their regular, fishing boots, and it's a fishing community, and we eat like kings up here. Like everything's fresh. I have a cousin who sets crab pots like once a week, and he'll go down the market and he'll just give you a fresh, just cooked crab for $5. And he just like, and everybody goes down there, and he always gets sold out, but it's like you can get the freshest here. Like yesterday I got a couple live crabs from one of my friends. So this is a different experience here. A lot of people here have wood stoves, so wood cutting's a big thing. So a lot of people have a business of going out and getting wood for people and selling it here on the island to people with the wood stoves. So that's a big, there's a good amount of guys that go do that. They cut down trees, and they're pretty savvy with the chainsaws. But yeah, we have just trees all over, And then this was, it's like ancestral land. We have these lands that we're on is like from when they basically were in canoes and they paddled over from Canada with a missionary, and they came here and settled, and it used to just be a boardwalk and, these tiny little houses, and it just kept on growing and growing. Now we're about a community of like 1,200, but our roots come from Canada. So it's still a small community, and we're a fishing community, but yeah, it's definitely unique. Yeah.
When you come to, so let me ask, when you come to Arizona, what do you want to do? What do you want to experience?
Like legit the like what it looks like just like you said, like the Grand Canyon and all that type of stuff. Like I never seen nothing like that. The desert, you know,
Okay.
that type of thing. I've never seen anything like that. So it's just like so different. So different.
Just go walk over there.
Yeah, come on, I'm gonna show you something. Come here, look.